It happened about 10 years ago, but I remember it like it happened yesterday. My cousin Amit and I were in Shimla, my dad's hometown, and we'd taken off one November afternoon on his bike, looking for something to do. That's when he suggested we head up to the old British cemetery outside of town. Kids at school used to talk about the haunted cemetery, stories of shadows moving between the graves and the legend of a giant black hound guarding the place. They said that if you lingered too long and disturbed the dead, it would appear, watching from a distance, with eyes that glowed red in the dark. Amit scoffed, but a shiver went up my spine as I remembered the stories. We are visiting the place in broad daylight. Nothing will happen, he assured me. We arrived at the cemetery just as a thickening fog crept in, threatening to swallow the afternoon sun. The gate was chained, but we found a gap in the side to slip through. The gravestones stretched before us in jagged rows, half of them cracked or swallowed by the earth. A prickling unease crept over me, like the chill of a cold hand settling on my shoulder. I wanted to turn back, but Amit, already ahead of me, dared me forward. The fog swallowed his voice and deadened everything else, a silence so thick it pressed in on my ears. Amit wandered through the gravestones with a cocky grin and called out the ghosts of the British officers buried there. His laughter echoed, bouncing off the weathered stones. He raised his arms and howled like a wolf, mocking the stories of the hound, daring it to show itself. I watched, half amused, half frozen in fear, as he moved deeper into the mist, disappearing and reappearing like a shadow as he called to the spirits, daring them to play along. I thought I heard something, like something heavy sinking into wet earth. Then I saw it. Between the stones, a shadow slinked in the fog, low and hulking. I could barely make it out, but I knew it wasn't human. The fog parted just enough, and there it was. A black dog, larger than any dog should be. Its back bristled with rough, wiry fur. It stared at me with smoldering red eye, as if there were embers hidden in that empty gaze. Its head cocked, and it pulled its lips back to reveal yellowed, pointed teeth. My breath turned cold in my lungs. Amit didn't see it yet. He was still wandering, calling out to the shadows. I tried to shout, to call him back, but my voice was trapped in my throat. The dog padded out from behind the gravestone, slowly and deliberately, its paws leaving dark, wet prints in the dirt. I felt like I was sinking into the ground. Finally, Amit saw it, and he went still, the color slowly leaching from his face. But then, as if snapping from a spell, he bolted in my direction. He could see that I was frozen to the spot from fear. He grabbed my arm, dragging me back toward the gate. And then it started running. We bolted, stumbling over loose stones, heart slamming as we heard the heavy pounding steps of the dog close behind. Its growls sliced through the fog, and every time I glanced back, it seemed closer. Those blazing red eyes fixed on us, its slavering jaws snapping in anticipation of a bloody meal. We tore toward the gap in the iron fence, our breaths ragged, legs burning as the hound's snarls grew louder, closer. Amit reached the gap first and exited. He then pulled me by the arm as I squeezed through right after him. The hound lunged, jaws open, and the iron bars clanged as it crashed against the gate. We stumbled backward, breathless and scraped up, and watched in horror as the dog prowled just beyond the fence, pacing and growling, its eyes locked on us, even as the fog closed in around it. With trembling hands, Amit gripped the handlebars, and we surged forward, pedaling with every ounce of strength we had. I glanced back just in time to see a sight that made my mind blank with terror. The hound's thick, bristling fur began to ripple and split open. Sections of its flesh peeled open, exposing raw pulpy folds that unfurled grotesquely like rotten flowers blooming. From within each fleshy bloom, hideous worm-like faces emerged, their pale, segmented bodies writhing. The faces of the demonic creatures showcased the leer of sharp, jagged teeth and soulless, bulging eyes. The thing that was once a hound rose up, rearing to the height of a man, its worm faces squirming and snapping from every pulsing wound. It watched us as though savoring our terror, standing as an unholy sentinel as we pedaled frantically away, its twisted form vanishing into the fog only when we finally rounded the corner and escaped.